Longtime fans of Floyd Wallace breathed a sigh of relief, and some a sigh of frustration with the YouTuber on Sunday, as he live streamed from Colombia, claiming that he had been sick with stomach issues before going into intimate detail about the happy ending prices and protocols at massage parlors in the country. The YouTuber took questions on his first live stream in almost a week, after explaining that he was having continuing problems with his GRD that had prevented him from doing much of anything since his last live stream. He also updated his status with a girl from Venezuela, who he had picked up when she made a Rappi delivery to his Airbnb in August. Apparently, the pair had a successful date and went to an amusement park where he made her ride some rides to get B-roll footage, as he was too sick to ride himself. He teased that the girl may be willing to appear on a live stream, as they were back in touch after she had returned to Colombia after visiting family in Venezuela. Answering questions from his audience, Wallace said that he'd never consider going to countries like Panama, Costa Rica, or Bolivia, as he would have a hard time finding sexual partners in those countries. He reminded his audience that his channel was primarily about his sex tourism lifestyle, and that the culture of the country he was in was secondary to his sexual conquests. Explaining further that there's only so much culture his fans were going to see before he would get bored and move on. His fans soon reminded him that they rarely saw culture, as Wallace's planned videos about the cities he visited were never released. Some complained that even his live streams from exotic locations consisted of the YouTuber sitting in his hotel room, or Airbnb, with the camera off while he lay in bed complaining about his situation or begging for money. Strangely, as he lay in bed with his video stream off and begging for money to fund a trip to Brazil or the Dominican Republic, Wallace took the time to pay off longtime viewers L. White and Snow Travels, who he apparently owed money to. Taking another question from his audience, he said it would be pointless to bring a woman from overseas over to America to join him in his native land. He expressed his recurring fear that the women would just use him to get a foothold in the country and quickly become Americanized before dumping him for a more successful man. He then turned his attention to massage parlors and the practice of masseuses performing happy endings at the end for a massage. While illegal in the United States, the practice of performing manual stimulation of the genitals is apparently a common service on the menu at massage establishments in Colombia. Wallace complained that he was charged a gringo or foreigner price at a massage parlor at a nearby mall earlier in the day. While his fans blamed it on the fact that he did not speak Spanish, Wallace blamed anti-American sentiment for the price gouging. After stating he was charged for going over time with the masseuse, with sessions booked at 30 minutes at a time, he was informed it would be an extra 500,000 pesos, roughly $128, for the sex act, which he refused. Wallace then went into an on-air rant about his views on prostitution and that there was nothing wrong with paying for sexual services. He said that all men have hired prostitutes in their lifetimes, and it was a preferred method for gratification when he was unable to find a willing date. He also did not distinguish between actual sex workers and the women he said he would pay for gifts and meals in exchange for sex, confusing the matter further as he made it clear that his dates knew up front that they would be providing sexual services in exchange for the meal or items from Wallace. A rant about the cost of the happy ending followed, with Wallace stating that if he needed to pay more than $100 US to an ugly bitch for sex, he may as well stay in the United States. The strangely cash flush Wallace turned down offers of $30 to go outside with his underwear worn over his pants while cold approaching, and $40 to cold approach while barefoot during the broadcast. He promised to return to live streaming on Monday.